Welcome to Gavel Exec, the AI assistant for lawyers. In this tutorial, we'll cover how to use playbooks to set up predefined rule sets that you run redlines on. Think of these as checklists that Gavel Exec will use to ensure the changes follow either market standard terms or your preferred terms. So to get started, click on the Playbooks tab right here, which will take you to two different options. You have Gavel's playbooks, and then you also have your own playbooks. Gavel's playbooks are predefined rule sets that have been created, tested, and trained by attorneys who specialize in these areas of law. So I might go over to the independent contractor consultant agreement, and I can see all the different rules that already exist in this playbook. I can open up a specific rule, see what that rule actually is, and I have two different options. I can either play that rule, which means I'll scan the entire document and I'll review it to make sure that it complies with this rule, or I can run the entire playbook, which means that I'll scan the entire document, it'll review everything, ensure that all of the rules are met, and if it's not met, these changes are going to start streaming in. It's going to give me an X if it does not meet the rule, and it'll give me a check mark if it does meet the rule. So let's take a look at one of those so we can see what that looks like. As you can see, this one failed. I can look at the rule, I can look at the failure reason, and I can look at the proposed change. And then after I make that change, I can either rerun that rule or move on to the following rules. Now, you can also create your own playbooks. As you can see, I can either create a new one or I have one here that I haven't filled out yet. So I'll go into this consultant agreement playbook and I'll go ahead and create a new rule. So in this case, I'll just create a rule on termination clause, and I'll say that I want to ensure that the employee always has the right to terminate the contract if any payment is not made within 14 days of the invoice. Now, for sake of simplicity, I'll go ahead and just run this playbook, even though I can add as many rules as I'd like to. And I'll see that this rule actually failed, and it just expanded to give me the additional details. So the failure reason is it did not provide me the explicit right to terminate the contract. It looks like I also had some typos inside of my original document. And so in this new version of the document, in this new version of this clause, it's actually making some changes to provide that language and correcting some of my grammatical errors and typos that I previously had in the document. And I'll just go ahead and apply that change. Those will be applied, and now it's up to me to go ahead and accept them inside of my document. And that's it. With Playbooks and Gavel Exec, you can automate your review process, reduce risk, and stay consistent across all of your legal documents. Stay tuned for more quick tips on how to maximize your Gavel Exec experience.